Hi everyone, I'm Denise and welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. And this reading is devoted to understanding what's really going on with Trump's current doctors. So I'm going to dive into his relationship with them, because I think there's more than one. I think it's more than that Conley guy. And then I'm going to layer it with the Lenormand to see it from their perspective. So these first 7 cards will be for what Trump is actually doing in the relationship with them. Okay, so the forces that are in motion from his perspective, what he's doing, or what he has set into motion in the past. The challenges to that, how he feels about what he's done in the past, what he has been doing and is still doing, actually doing, his karma, his destiny for this situation, you know, the law of cause and effect, his future, and the outcome. Okay. And then, let's see, let me leave these here. I'll use the Lenormand, and now I'm going to try and go beyond. Actually, I have the Kipper deck shuffled as well, so I'll use that. But let's use this one for Dr. Conley. So the forces in motion with Dr. Conley, his challenges, his real feelings about what he's been doing for Donald Trump, what he has actually been doing, his karma for that, his future because of that, and the outcome in his life because of all the things that he's done. Okay, we could always draw more cards from there if we need to. So that's Conley. And then I'm going to use the Kipper deck just in case, just to see if there are any other doctors, you know, or not. We'll see by what cards come through. So the forces in motion, challenges, if there are other doctors involved, how they're feeling about it, what they're doing, their karma, their future, and their outcome, whoever this other doctor is. Because I really don't think it can be just one, because he's, you know, he travels with a doctor as well. Okay, so with the tarot, oh boy, we have the Hierophant reversed. Wow. So this is a breaking the rules. Like if these are the government rules or these are the institutional rules, you know, with the Hierophant straight up, these are the rules that are in place that govern the institution. So this would be the medical institution, and especially, you know, of Walter Reed. Yeah, okay, so of course with it reversed, there's a breaking of those rules and of that institution. So that's what Trump is doing. Remember, the tarot cards are about Trump and the forces that he has set in motion. So he has turned the institution of our government and Walter Reed on its head. It's no longer in charge of itself. Wow. Okay. And the challenge to that with the Judgment card, like I always say with Trump, well, that's not good. Because this means that there will be a judgment that comes down upon him someday, and maybe them, maybe the entire situation, because, you know, he's the one. That's why I put him on the bottom and using the tarot, because he's the one that has put this all into place. So we'll see, you know, like if there's any bribery or anything going on. bribery of any type, you know. It doesn't have to be money. Okay, how he's feeling about it, how Trump is feeling about it is that he feels pretty good, like he's in control, he's in charge. Like he's in charge of his destiny and his fate. Okay. What he's actually doing, he's not getting away with it. This is the card of thievery, the Seven of Swords. It's thievery, stealing something when no one's looking, getting away with something most of all. Well, he's actually not getting away with it. So all this is going to come out. Maybe the hard way. His karma has to do with what he can manifest in the future and the seeds that he has planted on this material physical plane. So again, that's not good. His future, well, he probably won't grieve. He probably won't be sorry. He probably won't regret anything because that's how he rolls. Well, let me get this other card laid out, and then I think I'll dive into it on a health level, because this is about his health. High Priestess, straight up, is the outcome for him. That has to do with keeping secrets. It has to do with like the mystery of life as well. So, on a health level, with the Hierophant reversed, I mean, of course, this, because it's ruled by Taurus, it has everything to do with everything above the head, you know, fifth chakra, you know, throat, thyroid, ears, lymph, you know, lymphatic system. Yeah, it's just, you know, every time I see him, it's like he's got even more, you know, congestion. It looks like to me like I can psychically sense into this like congestion around his fifth chakra, which is all about speaking the truth or lying. And of course he lies, and he's very clogged in that area. So I'm going to say that this has just so much to do with that, with lies, with all that lying. And, you know, so of course that fifth chakra, that throat chakra, is not going to function right, and that is going to have to do with adrenal exhaustion, you know, thyroid issues. With the challenge being the Judgment card, well, this can be, because of course, you know, you can see it's a very Plutonic, like Pluto and Scorpio card. You're supposed to be honoring your call. This is like your life review. This can be a rebirth, but most of all, it's like the life review when you're crossing over from this realm to the next. When you're going back home, you know, that's what this card's about. And how well did you do? Can you forgive yourself? If you're going to stay here, then this is a rebirth, and you need to be honoring your new call. He has not done any of that. And we can see, I mean, just looking at the cross here, this can be a medical card, and it can have everything to do with medical issues. It can have to do with time in the hospital, some big change. And because it's a challenge, it's a bit of like his own personal hell that he's in, because it's in the challenge position. So it's almost like you could read it reversed, or you can. Okay. On a health level with the Wheel of Fortune, that's, you know, Jupiter and Sag. It's, you know, moving, going too fast, too hot, you know, too much too hot. Everything to do with excess, everything to do with, you know, the liver, because Jupiter and Sag rules the liver. Jupiter rules the liver and spleen. It can have everything to do with obesity and things that are toxic, and gout. Just all about excesses. Okay, and then on a health level with the Seven of Swords, in relationship, this is all in relationship with his doctors. So he's trying to get support for his excesses and where he has not taken responsibility, self-responsibility for his own health. So he relies heavily on medications, and he has all his life. So with the Seven of Swords reversed, this has to do, and this is of course, what he's been actually doing. So these are, his actions. He's just been deceiving himself, his own darn self. He's just been deceiving himself. And especially lying in order to get what he wants. So he's probably promised them things that he'll never be able to give them, or that they'll never be able to receive. It can sometimes be cruelty as well. This can be the card of gaslighting, because it's mental, and it's like where someone just, turns around and spits something right back out on you, like it's your fault. When here you are, you're confronting them, and you're trying to, get to the bottom of something. Well, this is that card where they go, "Who do you think you are?" or whatever, and they spit it out right back on you, and it's not good. It's cruel. Now, on a health level, this does have to do, of course, broken promises, all that, but also problems with, the mucous membranes, if we looked at it on a health level. With the Ace of Pentacles and his karma for the situation, it can be an infection. It can truly be an infection. And, manifesting an infection in the body, of course, because it's all about the physical. Pentacles are about the physical realm. And his future, with the Five of Cups reversed, like I said, he's just not grieving. It could even be a little suicidal. He could have a place where he's just really into self-sabotage, but it's all unconscious and he doesn't know, because this is his future card. Yeah. Wow. On a health level, this can be the card of like STDs and, syphilis, things like that. Illnesses of, everything below the third chakra, which I hate thinking about with him. So there's that. Yeah, it's Mars and Scorpio, but it's not handled. Mars and Scorpio, handled the right way, would be to have a great desire to transform everything in your life. He doesn't do that. His lifestyle his entire life has been about manipulating others to get what he wants. So that has to turn against him at some point. It is already. People in New York hate him. He's the most disgusted, hated president that we've ever had. He just doesn't totally know it yet. And that's not just my judgment. This is that is what's happening out there. You can't be as hateful as he's been all his life and get away with it. So with his outcome being the High Priestess, that is the, moving on to the great mystery. It's the moon in Cancer. It's, it's like your spiritual fluids that move on when you die, when you cross over. On a health level, it's all about, water retention and gout and everything, again, like I said, with the mucous membranes. So there's that. It's also the card of secrets. Okay, so let's layer it from Dr. Conley's perspective. Oh, well, with the Lenormand, the book is the card of secrets. So that's him. He's doing something secret. And he's getting paid for it. That's the challenge. With the fish card, he's getting paid for it. In the realm of how he's feeling about it, well, he's just thinking of like sucking up all he can get. Like, think about the roots of the big trees in the the forest. If they're not spaced out, they kind of Well, they commingle, they intermingle upon each other, but anything close by it doesn't get the water because these tap roots go down and they, suck it all up. That's what that guy's doing. So actually, let's move it up here so we have room for the Kipper. But he's also, Conley's real feelings are towards, monitoring his health. We could say that as well. What he's actually doing, he's doing things that are impulsive to get what he wants because he's attracted to something, which is got to be money, I would think. Money. His karma for the situation, that's terrible. On a karmic level with the fox, it is he will be deceived in the future. He will be discovered in the future. When these two cards are together like this, it'll come out. It'll be revealed. I mean, just think of Michael Jackson's doctor. He ruined his career. And very quickly. Okay, his future, Dr. Conley's future, well, he'll be moving on to somewhere. The outcome for him was just money. So yeah, he's getting money. He'll get paid. Let's, let me get another card for his future. Moving on to where? Oh, I don't even need to. He's moving towards more things that are nefarious, dubious schemings. This is the card of the assassin in this deck. He could inadvertently end up killing Trump. All right, let's see if there's another doctor. Well, the long way. Well, that has to do with something over a long time. And it moves this way, so I might have to draw some more cards. Let me get them laid out. Yeah, there is another doctor that's involved. So it's not just Conley. Because it connects, and it connects to money. And here we go, we have another connector card. Even though this is the marriage card, it's actually just more of a connection, This is like a meeting, like another doctor that would meet together and connect, and maybe, one that travels with him or takes turn traveling, or maybe there's a few of them. This is a number 3 card, but in this area of how these doctors are feeling, there's a coming together. So there's more. I think that there's more than Conley. What they're actually doing, well, they're trying to create a good outcome for themselves. But their karma is terrible. It's going to create, let's see, will this fit? Yeah. It's going to create, so reading directionally, you go, the cause of the well, it's the gloomy thoughts, but it's really, depression and sadness and secrets. It can be the card of secrets as well. But what it does is this is the cause. So because of they're moving towards Trump to give him what he wants, the effect is going to be, they may very well assassinate him, but maybe one other one might have a good outcome over it, might get away with it. But, the way you read Kipper too is you look at the negative cards. So this one really does pretty much cancel this one out. So these other doctors have been trying to create a good outcome for Trump. Because it's a stop card, you just kind of, like put a period on the end of that sentence. And then you move on and you see that the karma has to do with something that's secret, something that is depressive, actually, to Trump's body, nervous system and body. Ooh, his future, their future, these other people, they will be called to the carpet on it, That's pretty challenging. This can be this besides court, court people. That can be well. I don't know if you'd really consider that being a doctor card. I think the doctor card is more the military person, 22. I think this court official card has more to do with advice and legal issues. It has to do with decisions too, like the outcome of some decisions. And it's another one of those, you can see in my little notes that I put here on the card that it's a connector card. So it's going to connect. So some legal decision is going to create this sadness in the long run. And then the outcome for these doctors is like maybe a new start. Okay. So I wonder what kind of a new start. Like maybe is it a new, well, let me shuffle these. Is it a new profession? Because this card down here, this card is about taking a long time. And it moves down and it moves over this way, but of course we don't have any cards below. This would be if this card were amidst a, in a grand tableau, you would look at its position. So moving this way just leads us up here, up here to the future and the outcome. So this, I'm thinking that all this legal process and the nefarious ways of these doctors, I think it could take up to 2 years. It could take a long time. It's one of those space and time cards. And you can see it says a long way. It can also be a long time. So, interesting. Okay, so let's see the outcome for some of these. And the Kipper cards could be just another layer of what's going on with all the doctors too. It could include Conley as well. But Conley was that first spokesperson that stepped out and, wanted to take on that mantle of authority for Trump. So that's why I wanted to devote at least one, spread to him. But these next two cards I'm going to draw. I'm going to let it open to all the doctors. Cause and effect that's going on with all the doctors. So what will be the outcome for them? Because this card just means a new, something new or something small. Maybe they didn't get that much money. Okay, so this card here and this one here. Oh, so now we have the court card. Yeah. So it's going to create a new court appearance or court issue, something that has to go to court. Oh, and it's a stop card, so I can't add that other one. Okay. So new court battle, new court case. So we have not only the court official, but we have the court card. So legally something's going to happen in the long run. We just have to wait for it, but it looks like it could take a couple of years. So, okay, well that's all I have for this. I'm going to move on to some other viewer questions. This one was for me. I got selfish today and put me first. Okay, thanks you guys. Take care.